George and Amal Clooney have long been regarded as one of Hollywood's most sophisticated and admirable power couples. For a decade, they portrayed an image of elegance, philanthropy, and mutual admiration. George, the suave actor and director, and Amal, the brilliant human rights lawyer admired across the globe. Their union seemed almost too perfect to be real. But what appeared flawless on the surface may have been quietly cracking behind the scenes. Recent reports confirm that George Clooney has been hospitalized, and Amal Clooney is nowhere to be seen. More than that, whispers of a painful separation are now surfacing, whispers that hint at a marriage slowly unraveling after 10 years of highs, lows, and growing emotional distance. The shock began when George Clooney was rushed to a Los Angeles medical facility late last week. According to insiders close to the family, George experienced a sudden health scare, which some described as serious and potentially life-threatening. The nature of the medical emergency remains guarded, but sources confirm that it was intense enough to keep him under close observation for several days. What immediately raised eyebrows, however, wasn't just George's hospitalization, it was Amal's absence. For a woman known for being by his side at every red carpet, award ceremony, and even courtroom visit, her decision not to appear at the hospital spoke volumes. While some speculated she might be staying out of the public eye for privacy, others began to question whether something much deeper had broken between the two. Soon after news of George's condition broke, reports emerged that Amal had left their marital home. Not long after, she was photographed boarding a private jet alone, with no public statement issued. There was no ring in sight. No reassuring message on social media. No acknowledgement of George's health scare. Just silence. Deafening silence. Friends of the couple have begun to speak off the record, hinting that this isn't just a temporary rift, this could be the beginning of the end. There's been tension for a while, one insider revealed. They've grown apart, and it reached a point where Amal just couldn't do it anymore. She's been incredibly supportive for years, but everyone has a breaking point. For years, George and Amal painted the picture of marital bliss, often showing the world how opposites attract. But beneath the surface, the cracks had started to form. While George remained rooted in the world of filmmaking and celebrity, Amal was deeply immersed in her high-pressure world of human rights advocacy and international law. Sources say that their demanding careers often kept them continents apart. Even when they were together, the emotional gap seemed to grow wider. George, with his laid-back charm, reportedly found it difficult to keep up with the demands of Amal's professional world. Meanwhile, Amal reportedly grew frustrated with George's reluctance to take on more responsibility at home, especially with the twins. There was always love, a close friend shared. But love alone doesn't sustain a marriage. They started living parallel lives. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of this unfolding situation is the impact it may have on their two young children. George and Amal are proud parents to twins Alexander and Ella, who are now 7 years old. Known to be fiercely protective of their children's privacy, both George and Amal have kept them out of the limelight. But now, with their father in the hospital and their mother reportedly stepping away from the marriage, the question arises, what happens next for the children? For now, Amal is said to be with them at an undisclosed location outside of California. George, still recovering in the hospital, has not seen them since the incident. Family friends say the twins are unaware of the gravity of the situation. They're too young to understand, one source said, but they know something is off. They miss their dad. What's perhaps most shocking isn't just the rumored split or George's health, it's Amal's complete withdrawal from the spotlight. Her silence is almost louder than words. There's been no press release, no Instagram message, no acknowledgement of the hospital crisis. This has led many to believe that the decision to step away wasn't spontaneous, it had been building for some time. Was it a result of unresolved arguments? Was it George's stubborn independence? Or perhaps Amal simply could no longer carry the emotional burden of a marriage that no longer served them both? Whatever the reason, it appears Amal is done, at least for now. As George Clooney remains in recovery, fans and insiders alike are asking the same question: can this marriage be saved? The answer, for now, remains uncertain. While their love story has inspired millions, even the most beautiful stories can hit a devastating pause. After 10 years of marriage, George and Amal Clooney now find themselves at a crossroads. What once seemed unshakable now appears fractured. From red carpets to courtrooms, from romantic villas in Lake Como to hospital corridors in Los Angeles, this journey has been filled with love, struggle, and sacrifice. Whether this is the end of their love story or just a painful chapter in a longer book, only time will tell. For now, George Clooney is left to recover in a hospital room, while Amal cloaks herself in silence, away from the man she once called her soulmate.